everyone. Welcome to Tumbler's Fall Lock Sport again. I have in front of me today an Abus 8345, which was given to me without a key. So today I thought it would be interesting to go through the process of making a working key for this lock. To do that, we're going to need a piece of sandpaper, the lock, and the proper key blank to fit the lock, and a cheap set of files that you can pick up at any home improvement store for under $10. So to do this, I'm going to have to open this lock, remove the core, and then begin the key making process. So let me get it clamped up. Okay, we're all clamped up. And since this is not really a lock picking video, I'm going to open this thing as quickly as possible. I'm going to set as many pins as I can with this rake. Finish it off with a hook. Okay, got a default set. Let me go in with this hook. Counter on 5. Nope. And we're open. Okay, let's get this. Let's remove the core. All right. Phillips head screw down the shackle hole. Get rid of the lock. Okay. Now here's where it gets a little interesting, because these Abuses have a pinning window right here, so we can turn it. We can turn the cylinder to expose all the key pins, but the problem is, without a key, it's a little difficult because it has this detent pin right there. So you can, if we turn it back, obviously it's going to lock. We'll have to repick it. Can't use a plug spinner because of that detent. It'll stop it right there. So what we'll have to do is use a shim. And it's going to be. I'm going to have to take this clip off the back first. Okay. I gotta be careful not to lock it up. Oh, don't want to pick it again. Get this clip off. There it is on the floor. It'll be fine right there for now. All right. Let's take this shim stock and shim this thing and be very, very careful. Now we got to turn it. Let me get take a key blank right now. Try to turn it a little bit with a key blank, and hopefully we won't lock it back up. If that shim stays in place, yeah, it's staying. Okay. Now I have to turn it over, and very carefully we have to depress this detent right there. I'll have to press it down while spinning the key, and it's just tricky to do with one hand, so I'm going to have to lay it down here, put a little torque on this way, I guess. It's difficult. I just got to get it started, get it up under there a little bit, get it started without losing. Okay, without losing my. Okay, we're good. Now let's turn it over. So we've exposed the key pins. Now you see when I put the blank in how they're all at different levels. Okay, our goal today is to file down the key blank to make so it'll match the existing pins. Okay, now there's a couple ways we can do this. We can we can measure the distance between the shoulder and the first cut, and then every distance between each pin with a set of calipers. To do that, you'd need a set of calipers and a pinning spanner. There's a much easier way, and I'll add a clip and show you the process. So this would be the simplest and quickest way to prepare your key blank so we can get the proper spacing on the key we're about to make. We're going to prepare it the same way we would if we were impressioning it. Now if you look at this key, you look at the edge, how rough that edge is right there. Okay, what we want to do is sand that down so it's all smooth and polished. So when we put it in the lock and try to get our impression, we'll be able to see the marks well. You'll need a key blank and a piece of paper, edge of a table, anything flat. I'm going to use this steel block. Now we'll put the sandpaper down there. You turn the key blank over, make sure it's on the pin side, and you just start sanding just like this. Keep sanding, sanding, sanding. Sand a little bit. Look at it. Not smooth yet. Keep sanding, keep sanding. Sand some more. Look at it. It's getting there, a little bit up towards the bow of the key. And it wouldn't hurt if you did it this way. It doesn't matter. You can go at an angle, whatever. As long as you're keeping that flat and you're getting that edge nice and smooth. Trying to remove all those marks. Now I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this until I get it done. Okay, back to the key making process. Okay, now that we have the edge of the key polished nice and smooth, take a look at that. All them rough places are gone and we have a uniform surface. Now it'll be easy to detect marks on the key. To get the marks on the key, you put the key in the lock and you simply turn it back and forth like this. Maybe push down, lift up. You just want to turn it. You want the key pin under the spring tension just to graze across the top of that key edge, and it should leave you a nice clear mark, and this way you'll have the proper spacing. Oh yeah, nice marks. Not sure if you can see them, but you will in the video. Alright, let's get started filing. Okay, here we are back with the prepared key for filing. If you can see the marks, we're under magnification, so it's going to be a little tricky, but right there is pin 1, pin 2, 3, 4, and pin 6 is right on the tip. This is a tricky one, so this is one I usually start with. I'm going to use a triangular file. I'm going to put it on the edge just a little before the mark so I don't slide off, and I'm going to give it a good file, maybe bring it back, hit it again. You go in one direction, then you hit every single mark. And if you have magnification, that would be good. There's pin 4. And I'm trying to do this through the camera. It's hard. Okay, got a mark started. Then we'll go to pin 3. Start your mark. Go to pin 2. Find the mark right there. Right there. File it. At least you'll know. Now you'll have the proper spacing. Now let's get to pin 1. Right there. Now we got the proper spacing. And the rest will be a breeze. So now the rest of this, I'm going to take away the magnification. I just wanted you to see what we're doing. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the blank, we're going to put it in the key. Now push all those pins down, make sure they're flush with the key, and then what you want to do is file the shortest pin first, so that'll be pin number 3. So you remove it, and it only takes a little, so we'll file a little. 1, 2, 3, getting the third mark, file in one direction, and you want to do this until you take off enough material for the pin to sit flush at the shear line. Now, I don't generally use a triangular file. I prefer the round file, but the triangular file is good for starting your marks. So I'll switch to the round file. You hit it 4 or 5 good licks, then you put it back in. See where you're at. And we are almost flush. That's pretty close. Maybe 2 more quick little licks. Check that out. Okay, now you can see we are flush with the shear line, with the top of the core. All right, now we're going to move on to the next one. And it looks like it'll probably be 1 or 5, either one. 5's the hard one, so let's do 5. Now I'm going to fast forward through this, because this is a time-consuming process, but I'll show you the finished product. All right. Now we have a finished key. Now we have to turn this over. I will show you. There. Now they're all sitting flush. We could clean the key up a little bit more, just a couple hits here and there to get it. Yeah, a little clicking in there. We don't want that, but that's easy to fix. So we'll lock it up, pull out the key, and this is your finished key. And this is the key bitting. Now we can clean up those slopes a little bit when we're done. This is a hand filed key, so it's not going to look great. It's not going to look like if I did it on my duplicator, my code machine. But that's how you file a key, and it works. So what we'll do is put it back in the lock. I'll move this. This zoom back out. And put it back in the lock. How's that sound? All right. Yeah, let's not put it in yet. Put that clip back on it. Yeah, that could be a problem. And there you go. We have a working key. Works just fine. Now we have a working key for this lock. Well, as always, I'm Buddy Love, and until next time, I'm out.